Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this once more time. Um, okay. Hopefully hopefully I got everything fixed. Hopefully this work here goes smoothly. Okay, so I was talking about Concrete Ministries and talking about Concrete Ministries. Concrete Ministries is the plan. Is the plan on the name of the ministry that I'm gonna start. Concrete Ministries. It comes from the concept of concrete, and if you know that everything is pretty much built on the concrete. Everything is built on concrete, some type of hard surface. Especially houses, buildings are built on concrete to so that they can stand. So they can stand. You know, concrete is a very hard surface. In that way, the structure is built on concrete. It's gonna be a good chance that structure is gonna hold up. Is gonna hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because that concrete is strong, and even if the structure does not stand, the thing about concrete is that the structure can be taken back down and can be rebuilt upon that same structure, upon that same things. And so that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about things that's on the foundation level, something that we can use, and it can always be built upon because it's foundational. It's always going to be good. A problem happens is when the foundation has is deficient of being able to hold up the structure. When a structure, when the foundation is wrong, I don't care how good it looks on top. One day it's gonna have to come all the way back down because that foundation definitely will have to be dug up. Whatever you got to do to it to get it as to be very, very strong. Hey Jessica, hey cuz, whatever it has to be done. So check this out. So that's a little bit about Concrete Ministries. I don't have any notes, and this straight off the top of my head. I'm like freestyling right now. You know, I'm doing like what Eminem did on the BET Awards. I'm freestyling. I'm talking about, you know, like things that's just like on my mind right now. So I want to, like I said, social media is a good platform. Take advantage of it. And if you're trying to do something positive, take advantage of the things that Facebook offer. You know, to expand your ministry, to expand, like you can expand your ministry. You can do a lot of things with Facebook. Use it for positive. As we see on Facebook, always negative. You can always find something negative on Facebook. It's like watching the news. You know, it's like Facebook is like a spliff off of the news. There's always something negative on, nothing positive. And if you go through your timeline, if you don't censor your timeline, I don't censor my timeline. So I have a variety of all kinds of things going on in my timeline. Always something negative. Barely here's something positive. When you do see something positive, it's not. People don't flock to that. Liddell Beeman, he pointed that out. I watched the video on him today. The Mind of a State. He did a video called Mind of a State. Liddell Beeman, he's over there at Heal the Hood Foundation of Memphis, located in the Hickory Ridge Mall. Man, awesome program, awesome ministry, awesome things going on. And that's what we need more of that. We need more of that going on in our neighborhoods, because if we be truthful about the situation in black neighborhoods, man, they are being torn down. Poverty, drugs, you know, killings, all kinds of negative stuff. So we want to try to put some positive stuff in our neighborhoods, and so we want to know how do we do it? How do we do it? You know, it's not there. How do we do it? You know, so we want to talk about, it's a lot of things that we could talk about. There's problems there's problems, systematic problems, you know, things that are just there. They're there. They have been here for, you know, the 400 some plus years that America has been here. They're there. They're slowly changing, but they're still there. How do we overcome? How do we jump over those hurdles in order to get to something good? Because everything we see is bad. You know, it's funny because I put a lot of controversial posts out there, and for people who don't know, I do it purposely. To just to take the temperature of what's going on of people, to see how people think about things. You know, a lot of it that when I put a post out there, I guarantee you that I am anticipating a debate. I'm just anticipating somebody who is not gonna agree. Somebody who feels real strongly that I don't know what I'm talking about. I anticipate that. I put it out there to bring awareness to people, to our community, people who want to do better, and then, you know, to bring awareness to certain people like, hey, I put those posts out there to say, hey, I know who you are. I may not call your name out, but you know and I know who you are. So I put those posts out there to bring awareness to our community, to show the devil, like, devil, you know, devil, we can see you. Because see, what happens is that the devil likes to hide. You know, the devil likes to hide into all little things, but you have to let the devil know that you see exactly what he's doing, or he or she, whatever, the spirit, that evil. You got to let the devil know that you see it. You know, so when you see it and you expose it, then you can do something about it. You can't do nothing about the problem as long as you don't know what the problem is. So a lot of times, you know, we get into these big debates about, you know, what's going on in our communities and what's holding up black people in the community. So you talk about, hey, well, it's choice. Some people say it's choice, you know, and I can always tell that a person who says it's choice, that they have made pretty decent choices in their life, and those choices have put them at some level, but they will never admit that it was something. It was something that allowed them to make those choices, to make better choices. They had a better living conditions. They had better parents was giving them better parenting skills. They had some type of mentor, something that allowed them to make better choices and not to get sucked into all of the negativity, which happens quite frequently, especially if you look at the prison population, where a lot of offenders that are in the prison population, they're really not guilty. They're a lot of them are innocent. They just did not have the money to fight the system. A lot of those offenders are not guilty. They just didn't have the money to fight the system. So if you go here and you got anything to say, we need feedback, because we are trying to come up with different methods on how do we save our community, how do we save our people, how do we save our youth. You know, the youth are dying at alarming rates. You know, this black on black crime. You know, man, I was just looking the other day, and a young guy, you know, 14, 15 years old, and it was like he was getting praised because he had passed away. He had got killed. And it was like, wow. And I was like, wow, is this the temperature in our neighborhood where you get praised for being shot and dead? And it's like, stay up, homie, you know, stay up on the other side. And it's this temperature that I cannot believe, where as someone who is killed, is upheld as like, man, it's like, you know, like you got a badge of honor. That's crazy. That's negative stuff, and that is crazy. That is crazy. And I came from the streets. I came from the streets, but I was not trying to get killed. I mean, look, we was not trying to get killed. That's crazy to think that how you can, it's like people where you get a medal of honor just because you die out in combat in the streets. That's crazy. So I'm gonna talk about these things. Why do we have this negativity in our neighborhoods? Why do we have this negativity in our neighborhoods? What do we do to get it out? We look at all. Well, I'm gonna say BET, because just a week ago or so, we had the hip hop awards, and you see all these people. They looking nice, you know. They have all these expensive clothes on, and our community, the black community, is supporting these artists. They are wearing the most expensive clothes, the most expensive shoes. They're staying in the most expensive houses, driving the most expensive cars, when our neighborhoods are poverty-stricken, poor. We spend all our money making them rich, and we don't have anything for our neighborhoods, our kids. No education. We spend money on their albums. We spend money on their CDs and all that thing, and they send their kids to the best schools. They send their kids to the best schools, when in our neighborhoods, our schools are being closed. And none of those artists comes back and brings $1 million or $2 million, $3-4 million and puts it and dumps it into our neighborhood to better our neighborhood. No, they're preaching these artists, rappers, singers. They are the preachers. They are our preachers to our children. And our children are listening to them. They're getting their religion from them. Religion comes from a word. It's a practice. And when you practice something, it becomes a habit. So our kids are getting a religion from listening to this negative music, and they believe in this junk. And then they want to reenact it. They want to be like it. They think it's real. Not understanding that those rappers and singers, they send their kids to the best schools. They send their kids the kids are involved in art. Teaching them how to sing, how to dance, how to play music, all kinds of things, exposing them to other things, when our kids never leave the block. They're always in South Memphis. They're always in North Memphis. I read a study one time that said that a person in a black person, they would never move from within 3 miles from the house that they grew up in. That we are so conditioned to being oppressed and put in a box that most people do not leave within 3 miles of the house that they grew up in for the rest of their life. So that means that if you stay in South Memphis, you will stay in South Memphis for the rest of your life. That says that if you stayed in North Memphis, that you will want to stay in North Memphis for the rest of your life. And although some people get out, what they call make it out the ghetto, make it into, and they go to the high, you know what I'm talking about. The bourgeois. They better. They don't make it out the ghetto. So they go. But if you look at statistics, a lot of people don't make it out. A lot of people don't make it out, and that's and so they live this type of life of being poor for their whole life. Why does it happen? And the thing about this is that somebody has to fight. Somebody has to fight for our people. Somebody has to fight for our neighborhood. Somebody has to have some type of courage. Some type of courage. And why is it that the people who want to fight, they are the people who are attacked for fighting? Oh, everybody has opinion, but nobody wanna devote their time. Everybody want to tell you how to run the show, but nobody wants to devote their time. Somebody has to fight. It is shocking to me, because everybody likes to win. But nobody wants to fight. Everybody likes to win, but nobody wants to fight. And that, if you're gonna win, and especially if you have some adversity, you're gonna have to fight for it. You're gonna have to push through some things. you are going to have to push through some things. So the black neighborhood, the black community, we're going to have to push through some things. We're going to have to push through some things. And like I said, nobody wants to fight, though. You have to fight your way through stuff. So whoever has the strength, has to fight. You have the responsibility to fight if you have the strength. It's no sense of you with strength sitting on the sidelines, not doing anything. Hold on. When I talk about fighting, it's something. It's hold on. Let me see. What I think about. Let me get this about it talks about what's this Gideon around somewhere around, let me see, in Judges, let me see, Gideon let's say Gideon 7, Gideon talking about Gideon in Judges chapter 7. Judges chapter 7. Chapter 7. Okay. I'm back. We back. Oh, okay. Thanks, Reverend Clark, son, my partner. Thanks, son, man. Hey, you put me on this road a long time ago. I don't think you know, but you put me on this road a long time ago, man. Bless you, man. Bless you. We going Judges chapter 7. Chapter 7, verse 2. The Lord then said to Gideon, there are too many of you. I can't let all of you fight the Midianites. For then the people of Israel will boast to me that they saved themselves by their own strength. Send home any of your men who are timid and frightened. Yeah, God speaks to Gideon and tell Gideon, you have too many people. Israel is going to fight the Midianites. You have too many people. Too many people. So I need you to do something, Gideon. God tells Gideon that get rid of all of the people that are scared. All of your men that are scared, who do not want to fight, get rid of them because you have too many people. Okay, now check this out. 32,000 people. When God told Gideon, and Gideon relayed the message to these people, 22,000 left. 22,000 left. It was 32 on board, which 32,000 on board. But when he asks, he says, who's scared? You have 22,000 that leaves. And this is the point I'm trying to make. Look, don't come to me. Don't go to nobody else if you scared. If you scared, if you scared and it's coming from fear because you don't want to face the truth, you don't want to face reality of what's really going on in our neighborhood, you scared, then just sit to the sideline. But don't get in the way of real soldiers, because what happens is that when you get in the way of real soldiers, what the thing is called casualties. What happened is that sometimes you have people that are hurt because they're in the way. Get out the way. If you see a Facebook post and you are not trying to help in the trenches, you don't want to work, hey, don't post nothing. Because you're going to get your feelings hurt. If you're going to get your feelings hurt, you're going to feel some type of way when somebody says something to you, it hurts your feelings. Because if you're going to fight, if you're going to be a soldier, you got to have tough skin. Because you got to be able to deal with reality. And then you got to have sensitivity to deal with the people who need you. Let me say that again. If you're going to fight, the number one thing you're going to have some tough skin to deal with the reality. You got to have tough skin to deal with the reality of what's really going on in our neighborhoods. And then you're going to have the sensitivity to deal with the people that need you. So if you don't have tough skin, and you don't have the same being able to embrace that same sensitivity, sit down, get out the way. Hey, send us some money. Give us some money to do some things but you don't have to get into the fight if you're scared. You don't have to get into the fight if you're scared. So it reduces down to 10,000, and a lot of people. I'm sure if you've been in church any time in your life, you heard this story of the 10,000, and you know, in the reduced Gideon is going to war, and that Gideon is reduced all the way down from 32,000 people to 300. Well, not 32,000 men to 300 men, and the thing about it is that Israel goes to battle. Israel goes to battle, and they win the battle with 300 men because God gave them the strength. But check this out. Check this out. My prayer is that God, I don't want God to do it with 300 anymore. I want the whole 32,000. Okay, I want the whole 32,000. Because 32,000 men with the power of God can do more than 300 men with the power of God. If we got 300 men with the power of God and they won that fight, just think what we can do with 32,000 men with the power. And I'm not just saying men, because I'm talking about men, women, children, you know, black, white, it don't matter. As long as you're on God's side, we can go and do this thing. But 32,000 men. We have 32,000 men, and 22,000 of them men were scared, and it leaves it down to 10,000. And God, it reduces down to 300 men, and they win the battle with 300 men because God was on their side. And like I said, my prayer is God, I know that you did it with 300 men, but let us do it with 32,000. Can we have the 32,000? Do we have enough people that's going to step up? Who's going to step up and because if you're going to do this thing for God, hey, if you're going to do this thing for God, look, two things you're going to have. You're going to have tough skin to deal with the reality of the things that's going on in this world, in our community, in our households, in our schools. You're going to have tough skin. And that's number one. You got to have tough skin to deal with reality. And then you're going to have sensitivity to deal with the people who God is sending you to deal with their issues. You got to be tough and sensitive at the same time. So if you're not tough and sensitive, then just send us some money. Send us some money so we can buy some things, so we can provide for the community. You know, send us some money. If you don't have to be involved if you don't have the tough skin. Just send us some money. Send us some prayers up. You know, come out and support. Come out and support and show the numbers when we start broadcasting this stuff and we're doing things. You know, we broadcast stuff and we don't show up. We don't show up in alarming numbers. But let something bad happen in the neighborhood. Let something bad happen in the neighborhood. We show up for candlelight visuals. We will show up for candlelight visuals. We'll show up for memorials, but we won't show up when it's time to take action and time to develop a plan to save our neighborhood. But we'll show up at bad situations. And I'm you know what? It's sad. It's sad to see people who are as my friend Liddell says. It's sad to see people who are so awoke. They're so woke, but then they're asleep at the same time. It's bad. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to wake people up. We're trying to wake people up. Say, hey, you know what? We got these things in our neighborhood, and hey, we need your support. We need your support. We need you to catch on fire. We need you to catch on fire. Join in with us. Give us whatever kind of support you got. We need it. We need it because we are trying to do things. We're trying to save our youth. We are trying to save our youth. You know, We can't save no grown folks. Grown folks have to wanna do. We can't make no grown folks do anything. But one thing about a child is that children want to do good things. Children want to do good. Children don't grow up wanting to do bad. They want to do good because it's made and it's inside of kids. Before we get corrupted by society, we want to do good things. Every last one of you, whoever watching this video, if you ever went astray and did something bad, it was a time in your life when you wanted to do something good. But something happened. Something happened that took you to another part of your life. Thank God that a lot of us come back, and that's what we want to happen. We want to bring these adults back into goodness and want them to experience things. You know, if you're doing any kind of drugs, you can get off those drugs. You can get off of those drugs if you want to. If you know, look, start calling numbers, you know what I'm saying? Start calling rehabs. Start reading stuff about how do I get off of this marijuana I'm smoking? How do I get off of it? What do I need to do? You will see step by step by step. And then, look, add God to it. Add God to it. Add God to what your information that you get. And I guarantee you can walk away from whatever it is that's hindering you. You can walk away from it if you want to. If you had a mind and you know what this is doing to your life. Now, talking about Gideon, that, hey, we need an army. Gideon started off with 32,000 people. 32,000. This is crazy. Gideon started off with 32,000 people, and it was reduced all the way down to 300 people. That's not even that's, oh my goodness. That's less than 1%. That 300. I hope don't come for me on this, but I'm quite sure that 300 is less than 1% of 3,000. I'm not sure, but let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 300. 300 is less than 1%. Look, 32,000. Gideon started out. Look at Judges. Look in Judges chapter 7, verse 1, 2, 3. Gideon goes to war with the Midianites, and he starts off with 32,000. And before the story ends, he's left with 300 men. But they did win. They did win. But just imagine what God can do with. If God did it with 300 men, just think what God can do with 32,000 men. What can God do with 32,000 men? My God, that's another. Oh my goodness. That's another 31,700 people that God can use. So we're bringing this awareness. We bringing this awareness to our neighborhoods. What can we do? We need your suggestions. We need to know what's going on. You may have seen your kids. Your kids may have problems. Where did you go wrong? Where did you go wrong? What did you do to get back on track? What did you do? We need to save our youth. Our youth are dying at alarming rates. We have some of the most gifted kids. We have some of the most gifted kids in our households right now. And we're letting the TV raise them. We're letting the radio raise them. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, we'll join up, and we'll join up for and I may get a little slack off this right here, but I'm gonna say it because hey, it's the truth. We'll go to NFL parties. You know, we'll join up with our favorite teams. You know, we'll spend hundreds of dollars on signs to put on our cars talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and and Denver Broncos and Tennessee Titans, and we'll spend hundreds of dollars. We'll spend hundreds of dollars feeding the NFL industry, and we won't buy our children not one book. Not one book. But we'll spend hundreds. We got the Dallas Cowboys. They black, blue and white and silver. You'll see them. They have blue, white, and silver shoes with the jersey, with the starter jacket or starter coat all of this stuff, flags and all this stuff, and what? And won't invest no money into the education of the children. Hey, that's the reality of what's going on. And I will be coming back. I will be coming back. I guarantee you will not. That you will see me again. This will not be the last of me. You will see me coming back, pushing people to want to get out and do something in the community. Wanting to get out and do something in the community. So, if you watch this video to the entirety, look, hey, I appreciate it for whatever people who looked at this video. Send me some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. You know what? I got tough skin. Whatever you say, I can take it. I have tough skin. So you can say it. If you liked it, if you think it's beneficial, what we can do to improve our neighborhoods, whatever it is. We want to know. We want to know what it is. We want to know what it is because we're out here working. We're out here working, and we're working, and we're developing things that's going to save our communities, and we're doing it in the power of God, and we are asking God to give us the power, even though we don't have the great army. Lord, work with what we got. Work with what we got, because we want to win this fight. We want to win this fight, and we're gonna win this fight. We're gonna win this fight. And we're gonna take back our streets. We're gonna take back our streets. Keep me, keep me in your prayers. And I got you, Shavika. I will keep you posted. I will keep you posted. You too, love you too, little Mikey. Yeah, we got to do it, man, because see, we have kids, and we don't want our kids to run into some of the same problems that we can avoid them. Hey, maybe our parents didn't know and could not steer us in a direction that we need to go. But hey, we do know. We know now. We see these things. They're in our face every day. We can avoid our children. We want our children to grow up and be great, and to be great. I have devoted my life to being great. I have devoted my life to being great, and I want you to devote your life to being great too. Not great into negativity, but great into positive things. So that's what we are pushing. We are pushing positivity. We want to create all of the things. We want to create the social media platform. We want to recreate everything. We want to recreate music. We want to recreate our TV. We want to recreate our mentalities. We want to recreate, and we definitely want to do a greater works in our churches. We want to recreate these things. We want to recreate these things where they're gonna bring and these things will be pillars to our neighborhood instead of taking out of our neighborhood and not giving nothing back. So you know what? I'm out of breath a little bit. I want to take a little rest. I don't know how long I've been talking, but you know what? These are the things. Hey, this is my heart speaking. I devoted my life to this. This is what I'm on now. This is what I own now. I've been on it for a while, and people have been waiting. People have been waiting, saying, "Man, when are you gonna start?" Hey, I started a long time ago, but now. It's getting to the level where, hey, it's time to expand. It's time to incorporate all these other things. Hey, I got some information for y'all. I got some knowledge for y'all. And then I want y'all ideas also. I need your ideas. We need your ideas. We need to know what you think about what you see in every day, because we don't see everything. We all in different places. We need to know what you see. What you see and what you think about what you see. How can we make a change? How can we make a change? And we driving this thing. We driving this thing while we got the momentum. We got God on our side, and we got people who love us and around us, and we love our kids. We love our communities. We love our families. And it just can't stop. We got to go. We got to go. All right. So Like I said, send me some info, whatever you think, man. And man, send me your contact information if you want to be part of this movement. It's a great movement. I guarantee you this movement is great. You will see something great come from this movement. This right here is, we stand behind God. Anything that you put behind God, it's gotta go good. It's gotta go good. So, talk to you later. You know what? Send me your support. Support those that's doing positive, and try to recreate a positive mindset about your life and where you see yourself at now. It can start right now. You can turn it around right now. All right. Be great, and pull the greatness up out of you. And God most definitely wants to get the greatest side of you out. All right. Peace out.